So, we are understanding how to change karma to karma yoga. How to change all our actions so that all our actions comes in the field of yoga, a right and a proper attitude in the mind, right and proper state of the mind. Otherwise, what happens, we feel the life is birth, living, then death, and everywhere we find suffering. Life, birth, death, we find suffering. So it is because the three diseases of the mind is there. We remember, we understand that the three diseases of the mind in the life, birth, and the death in all our personal, professional, and social life continues. And that is why we are suffering. Otherwise, our master declares that life is a celebration. Before birth, in living, and after birth, after death. What to do? Only one thing: to remove ignorance, misunderstanding. What is life? Who is an individual self? What is the real self? Otherwise, what is going to happen? This ignorance is going to dictate all our thought, speech, and action, and it will continue. The suffering will continue. So that brings us to the next question: do I live wisely? So I'm giving another understanding and a definition. Consciously negating what is false in the head, then in the heart, and then in the hands. So our life should move from the head, knowledge, to the heart, emotion, and to the hands, action. That is what the Karma Yoga is. And it's not so difficult. Knowledge in the intellect, the mind follows it in thought, speech, and action. What happens? Not only we eat, drink, sleep, but keep thought, speech, and action with the wisdom. Are you living wisely? I gave an example. Sun rises in the morning, false notion. It never rises, it never sets. I am the body, false. I am not worthy of suffering. So every day you wake up in the morning, when you wake up in the morning and sleep in the night, are you living from moment to moment? Are you living consciously? So conscious living simply means I'm negating what is false. In the beginning, by thought, gradually what happens? Non-verbal awareness is there. Do you check your daily living? Daily living. There is a rise in consciousness. What happens in rise in consciousness? We drop and dissolve delusion. That is so simple to understand. We simply drop delusion. Relaxation and calmness are maintained because the false is not there. The false is not there. No reason to get trapped by the illusion. What will happen? The time will come when the mind rejects the idea, the thought, and the experience that I am worthy of suffering. What do you mean by rise in consciousness? Do you see rise in consciousness? No, I have a rise in consciousness and you are crazy. Is this rise in consciousness? And that is where I explained you the triangle, the three factors, and the fourfold steps must be there. I must have the power of discernment. We are going slowly to the journey of karma yoga. Karma yoga means that you wake up in the morning, whatever the actions that you are performing in your personal, professional, social, and family lives is guided by the rise in consciousness. So there comes at what level we are working. I am in kindergarten, I forget to live wisely. No. With the teacher, I'm so good, I always do namaste. But with others, I have to settle a score. Sure? I have to settle a score with those people. Maybe in the family. This guy, my honey doesn't know anything, I'm a great meditator. Do you see that? It happens, I know. So the person who is in a kindergarten, who has understood all the principles, it is in the intellect, but there is no way that knowledge is realized in the heart. When it is not realized in the heart, so your karma, your action will be reactive, full of reaction, anxiety, delusion, false notion. Now I'm shy of implementing these principles. Why you are shy? Why you are scared? Ask yourself why you are shy and why you are scared. Because you are still living in ignorance, claiming that I have understood. That what that means? That means the society is still hypnotized us, mesmerized us in my day-to-day living. I don't want to leave it. So when I don't want to leave it, so I'm suffering. So once we understand this, all the primary steps, then we have already understood that how to do karma so that it becomes karma yoga. You cannot practice meditation for 20 hours. From kindergarten, you have to be in a PhD so that you can go into the Himalayas, sit there alone. Because so that is why the master have created these principles that we cannot do without action in our life. We have to live our personal life, professional life, social life, and so let all our actions in these different departments should be guided by the karma yoga. Does it make a sense? Okay. Very good. So when it makes a sense, then it means that karma starts from a thought. Thought starts from a desire, and desire from impulses, delusion, duality is already present in the mind. So my every action is not dictated by impulses, delusion, habit, dualities already present in the mind. That is the meaning of the right and proper attitude in the mind. Anywhere you are there, anywhere. You are talking to boss, you are talking to your parents, you are communicating with the honey. Karma yoga can be applied there. Consciously negating the false notion at that particular moment so that impulses and deluded mind do not participate in my action at any point of time becomes karma yoga. You know you are not worthy of suffering. Someone said you something, and your mental interpretation is, reactive. So you are guided by the impulses and insights. Look at this karma to karma yoga. Right in proper attitude, and with the right and proper attitude, every action becomes a celebration in life. Do you know why? Even if you go to the kitchen and prepare a cup of tea, it becomes a celebration. It is not impulsive, it is not habitual. You are talking to the honey. You are fully aware. The honey reacts, you withdraw yourself. I cannot leave my right and proper attitude. Now, after all, many people say, after all, it's a question of women liberation. How dare my honey says like this? So you are already hypnotized by the society. You are ready to suffer. You are worthy of suffering. Now I'm not going there to man and women liberation. I just want to talk about those principles which Master says. So what exactly is the result? You get rid of unfavorable conditions and situations in your personal, professional, social and family life. Not only that, you start removing the sins from your daily living. Mind becomes pure, calm, relaxed. It lives in a higher state of consciousness, and you are ready for self-discovery. With what attitude you are listening to me, that also defines karma yoga. Here and now, with what attitude? Is your mind still thinking, I have to settle a score from someone? When I am speaking to you about karma yoga, the mind is already impulsive. It has created one impression. It is going to hit back. Then you will declare that I am worthy of suffering. Nobody helps me. Look at the importance of it. Our masters declare that as long as we do karma, we act in our personal, professional, social and family life dictated by the society. I gave you an example to be number one. You will continue to suffer. There is no way out. Master says, replace it with karma yoga. So karma yoga means I am consciously negating all the false notion inside, maintaining that calm and the peace. I become aware what action I have to perform at the personal, professional, social and a family level. Absence of doership, Now come to the Karma Yoga principle. We will understand. No, after all, I have been doing all the activities. How I can delete the doership? We'll understand that. We have to be slow. We have not to be in a hurry. When I'm in a hurry, it is already an impulsive reaction. So the 3 points of Karma Yoga is the absence of doership, dualities, and absence of doership. And I'm not seeking the fruits of an action. Some people write me, I cannot pay you. Don't pay me. Attend the session. They have a luxury not to pay to the gas station. Oh, that is different thing. I understand that. That's a different thing. Don't pay. Attend it. I'm already supported by a couple of people, so I'm okay. Karma Yoga, I'm spending a lot of time on the Karma Yoga. One thing we should also understand, does animal also do karma? And that gives you an answer, the absence of doership. I mean to say, animals definitely act and react impulsive and habitual. But do they have an awareness that I'm the doer? Tiger, while killing the prey, has any thought in the mind that I'm killing the deer for my food? They don't have that doership. So question of sin and virtue do not apply to animals. Mosquito sits on your hand and says, let me suck a blood. So is mosquito a doer? It is impulsive, it is mechanical, it is habitual. And that is the reason, the moment we see the mosquito sitting on my hand, done. So we have an option. Do all the karma impulsively, instinctively. Nobody will like you. Internally. Even the honey will say, no, there's no, it's useless talking to this guy. Why? You are impulsive in nature. There is no doership. But because as a human being, other society people declares that you are doing everything impulsively, instinct. Oh, there is no reason. The moment I talk, he or she will be angry, agitated. It's better not to talk. How animals do karma automated, seeking safety, food, sex in the sleep. Guided by the impulse, habits, no role of intellect. So if there is no role of the intellect cannot make you free with the knowledge. And when it doesn't make you free from the knowledge, then we keep on declaring, I am worthy of suffering. I got a call just an hour ago. So I will not tell you the gender. So this person says, I don't know what is happening on my Facebook page. A perfect example of the society. So I said, what is happening? No, they are creating nuisance in a lot of people, and I can understand. It's very important to understand this point. That's why I'm raising this example. So the person says that, whether he or she, that I have been so kind, I never commit any mistake. You see the ego, the doership. I know who is doing all this nasty thing. I want to say sorry. I want to mend my ways. But that guy is not ready to accept your sorry. Your focus is on the other people. Your focus is outside. When your focus is outside, you cannot change. The focus should be on the doership inside. Who is the doer? That person called me a couple of times, so I gave him direct and blunt answer. In modern psychology, we have more than 1,000 research papers published. It says those people who live in delusion, depression, anxiety, they become more intelligent. I told you before. They become 69% more intelligent than the average mentally healthy person. Why? They keep on thinking. They keep on thinking, oh, Brandy is responsible for my stress, Rakesh is responsible, and I will say sorry. But they both are sleeping soundly. They have no problem. That is why in Karma Yoga we say we have to change our thought, speech, and actions. So we commit sins, animals do not commit sin. Be very clear. A tiger, lion is on the top of the food chain. We say food chain. We don't say he is a doer, he is a killer. Do you see that? Now, act like a lion. You will continue to suffer. The fear will continue to remain with you. Because of this intellect we have a choice to be a doer, and the moment we are doer, that doer must analyze and understand the right mental state, right and proper attitude of performing an action. You're there. Another principle, I say, janati ichhati karoti, knowledge, desire, and action. If you don't know a thing, you cannot be prompted for a desire, and if there is no desire, there cannot be any action. Desire means I know. I know this remote, so let me buy this remote. So action part is there. So I know. But what I know, is it right or wrong? Is it right or wrong? Law of karma here enters in our life. Cause and effect is the law of karma. The knowledge is there. The knowledge in the mind prompts me to have a desire. Then desire prompts me to act. Karma is equal to body, instrument, mind, instrument, intellect, instrument, desire or intention, plus doership. Leads to results of karma. We cannot escape the results of karma if we are not doing karma yoga. Because it does not escape. So what happens then? Then the mind is constantly thinking, it creates sins and virtues, unfavorable circumstances, and we continue to suffer. So if we get rid of the sense of doership, we bypass the law of karma. Sense of doership, sense of belongingness, sense of desire, we get rid of the karma yoga. Think of another scenario. Your mind says you have 100% security, you have 100% peace and happiness and joy and love within you. What kind of an action you like to perform outside? Action is gone. You don't like to perform any karma. You are already in permanent peace and happiness, love and wisdom. So Master says avidya, ignorance is first causative factor. Due to the ignorance, I am seeking, I am desiring something outside for the sake of happiness that prompts me to action. This is the law of karma. Did you understand? I live in ignorance. I want peace. So mind says peace is outside. So when it is outside, I have to perform karma. So, ignorance, desire, and action. So this ignorance, desire, and action constantly create a repulse in the mind in the form of a thought, feeling, sensation, frustration, anger, hesitation, and this is the impurity of the mind. I have to go to the root from where the impurities of the mind takes place. I have to remove that cause, and that cause can be removed by doing the karma yoga. Did you understand the relationship? I have a lot of impurities. Say I have an anger. I have understood anger is not good. I can attend 50 sessions of anger management session, anger will remain there. I am able to control it. But how long it will be controlled, we don't know. So to remove that state of anger and its impression, I have to perform karma, yoga. Did you understand that? Relate it, understand it, think of it. No, I have understood, I have already said sorry. But the impression of the sorry, a kind of a guilt with a reaction, and the anger are still working in your mind. I have to perform karma yoga. Karma yoga. Without doing karma yoga, the mind cannot be purified. Yesterday you fought with your honey, and today now you are doing a karma yoga. So internally, first you calm down your mind. You rise in consciousness. Then you go to your honey and then you say sorry. At the same time, you promise to yourself that I am not going to get engaged my mind in this situation again. Do you see that? You can listen to me even while sleeping, so no problem. One more thing before we start with the practice, because we are not doing karma yoga. Now, practical. You are not doing karma yoga, but you are doing only karma. The mind continues to accumulate the impurities in the mind. That causes the fatigue in the physical level. That causes you a lot of pain. That causes you the anxiety. That causes the reaction. I think I talked to Sam one day. So that causes you the extreme fatigue, pain, anxiety in karma. I can give an example. You are participating or you are totally involved in the marriage of your friend. You have taken all the responsibilities. There is no sense of doership. You are working for 10 hours and 12 hours. You are sweating and still you have calmness and a smile on your face. Do you see that? Have you ever experienced that? There is no doership. No, this is my responsibility. I have to perform this. I have to do it out of love. Everything should be done. So our master says that there are 6 types of karma, and we have to be extremely aware and alert. We should only be doing 2 types of karma yoga, nitya karma and naimitya karma. I should perform all my actions in my professional, social, and family life according to the principle naimitya karma in the state of egolessness. Don't you see that I've been earning for you and you are fighting with me? There is no link. There is no relationship. Do you see that? There is no relationship, but I create a relationship so the ego takes over. And so when we perform this naimitya karma, we will talk in detail. When we'll perform the naimitya karma means that I am doing karma yoga in the society. So I rise above the society. Society is not dictated me. Nitya karma means that I am doing all the actions pertaining to me with a state of egolessness and a desirelessness. I should not do any action prompted by a strong impulse and desire. That should not be done. Same way, we should not be doing any prohibited karma. Any karma that is prohibited by the society. That's a good example, but that will be only. I just gave a brief. Did I tell you that in India there was a guy who used to go to the store, even with his wife, but the moment he see any girl, he started staring at it, and that staring is noticed by everyone. He sees that I cannot control it. Prohibited karma. Then we will talk about each of the karma. Then the 5th one is known as the prayashchitta karma. I have done something wrong outside. What is going to happen? Your mind is constantly agitated, and it remains agitated for a couple of days. Have you ever noticed in our life? So we have to take control of the mind by doing those karmas which will remove those impressions. And the last karma should also be done. It is in our traditional language, it is known as Upasana Karma. Mind should not be allowed to wander at any point of time in any life activities. It should remain naturally focused on the action, for which we need to do a daily activities, some kind of activities that we will be understanding. So let us close your eyes and being comfortable. Are you aware? Being comfortable, moving the mind, on the joints. So pick up any one joint is enough. And then move the mind from awareness, for example, of the shoulder joints to an experience of sensation, comfort and steadiness. Recheck, are you settled comfortably? When you are settled, you are already comfortable. Now the stage has come when we understand that we can easily be settled physically with our awareness. And I don't give any restriction which pose you sit, the way you lie or sit, whatever it is. It is all, amen. You see that? Are you not taking care of the mind? And then comes the carefree. So why I say carefree? Because that lot of impurities in the mind continues and they make my mind wandering. We simply understand mind is wandering. What should I do? Let me control it. No. Carefree means that I have a witness attitude and knower attitude. Whatever the thoughts are coming and going, let it come and go. Our master says that at least you prepare. Use any of the Shanti mantra. You may think of it in your mind during the day. Asatu ma satgamaya. Mentally say Asatu ma satgamaya. Asatu ma satgamaya. Mind is repeating other mantras in the form of impulsive, reacting, anxious thought, and you are changing the mind. You cannot control, you need not to control, you have to replace it. So what it means, I told you 3 steps. Shabd, Arth, Gyan. Shabd means that I have to chant the word inside my mind, Asatoma Satgamaya. Meaning is, let me move from the false to the truth. And now the knowledge part. So knowledge helps your mind to realize the false notions created by the mind. For example, it's a bad morning or it's a good morning. Nothing to do with it. Body is moving, let it body move. I'm not the body. So do we live at that level of awareness? What is going to happen? Body will be settled, continues to be settled within. Those thoughts which agitates your mind during the practice will stop. Knowledge, clarity, means rise in awareness. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. They are known as Shanti Mantra. We'll talk someday in detail about these Shanti Mantras. Meaning is moving from ignorance to wisdom. Wisdom means I'm living wisely. No, you made me angry. Come on, it's my mental interpretation. No one dares to make me angry or agitated. Do you have that state of mind? That is rise in consciousness. First, we have to take care inside. Mrityorama amritang Mrityorama Amritangamaya Mrityorama Amritangamaya. Literal meaning, let me move from mortality to immortality. I already explained in the very beginning, living the life in ignorance, I will always be scared in my life of the fear of death. So the life, birth, and death will continue to cause suffering in the current life, and those impressions will be transferred in my next birth. That is what Buddha says samsara. The word is suffering. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'll stop explaining about the mantra. So if we keep that in mind, you wake up in the morning, let me move from the false to the truth, from the ignorance to wisdom, and from mortality to immortality. You keep in the mind, repeat it. Mantra. Mantra means that you are doing it daily, regularly, weeks and weeks and months, and time comes, your mind says yes. It takes time for the mind to realize, my friends. Temporary level, temporarily we can move the mind deeper within. It's a temporary. Any action that we do for the mind can make my mind calm and peace temporarily. It will be a state of rise in consciousness, and then we will go deeper. So what step we do it next? We start breathing quick, short, breathing from the rib cage. Body is steady, first layer, the body is steady. Breath, quick, short, and breath, breathing through the nostrils into the rib cage. And the third point, you don't forget. You don't allow the breathing to become impulsive. So you are dropping Om Shanti deep inside the heart. Look at the clarity. So when you are clear and you understand, can I tell you something? If you're dropping Om Shanti naturally, with clarity, with understanding, you can do this breathing practice even for an hour. I have done it. I have tried it hundreds of times. No excuse. No, I cannot do it. It will happen lately. They all are impurities in the mind. Now, we are not going to do it for an hour, so continue doing it. You are enjoying doing it. It's a play and a fun. So when it's a play and a fun, the mind is not impulsively, instinctively, habitually wants to react. Why it does not want to react? You got rid of the doership. It's very subtle. It appears, quick and short breath, fire of breath and breath of fire. I don't know what are the names we use here in America. So I'm not concerned about that. Are you aware? Do you live into that state of mind? Continue. So when you are doing the practice regularly, now stop this, do nothing. You are in a state of doing nothing. It means you are aware. Awareness is there, knowledge is there, experience is there. So you experience the body is settled comfortably. You also have deepening of the sensations all around the skin, and that is what I term it as sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Very good. Then you look inside. So you encounter the breath. There is a natural flow, no change. Mind is not changing the breath because you are settled. Then you look at the mind, the thought, feeling, amazes. You will see that they are minimum. You are in a different level of awareness. So it works temporarily. Very good. So if that happens, now we move into a semi-active step. You start breathing deep, silent, and slow. So when I say deep, silent, and slow, you have no discomfort in the belly and the rib cage. The mind supports that deep, silent, and slow breathing. So when I say again, look at the tag, deep. You are breathing deep. It is silent. It is slow. So when it is totally silent, it means you have taken over the mind. Understand that. You have taken over the mind. The body is settled comfortably. So once we achieve that, then you can sing Om Shanti with every breath going in, moving the mind from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Om Shanti. We are doing only one step of the Nyasa. When we are a super seeker, we don't need to do it. All the 5 limbs. Pay attention, the body doesn't move. Even if it moves, it doesn't make any difference. And then the deep silence, slow breathing. And then Om Shanti. You are dropping with every inhalation and exhalation. And you're asking the mind, why don't you look inside the spine in the space? You're not fighting with any thought, negative thought or impurities. You are saying to the mind that why don't you explore the deeper layer of the mind which is natural, which is of the nature of calmness. By default, 90% mind is calm. No, that's not the case with my mind. I can understand that. Why it is so? 3 diseases. We are doing karma. We are not doing karma yoga. When you discover every step is just a play and a fun for you. Check yourself, then you are a super seeker. Shanti. Your mind is enjoying Shanti. It's not an effort. Where there is an effort, there is a doer. My friends, you have to understand it clearly. You'll often smile. Do you see that I have to make an effort to smile? And now stop it. When you are a seeker, the steps we have done before, it becomes a play and a fun. Just check it. Look inside the heart. Visualize a triangle. Move the mind on a triangle clockwise or anti-clockwise. Once or twice. When you see the rhythm of the mind is in the mode of play and fun, then look at the center of a triangle, start singing Om, mind goes deep inside the cave of your heart. Seemingly stops and you drop Shanti. Finished. You can also check the period. You will discover that these thoughts are too far. So you remain in that state. But if they disturb you, return to the triangle again, moving the mind on a triangle, then looking at the center, singing Om. Om singing helps your mind to move inside the cave of your heart. You will experience the mind seemingly stops, as if it has found the end of the cave. And there you drop Shanti, and after that the mind naturally is absorbed within. There is no doership. You live into the state of doing nothing. Without the triangle, you can do it. You reach your home, you park the car in the garage, you enter inside. You do not start thinking, let me create peace and calm. Similarly, the real home is inside the cave of our heart. Once we reach there, the mind naturally says, I have to do nothing, I'm already there. That happens in the journey, and that state remains forever. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experience. Bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
I'm good, thank you. Again, I always appreciate the lesson. The meditation practice itself was quiet and effortless, being very calm.
Beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav?
Sir, I'm good. It was clear,
Quite clear. Good. How are you, Brandy?
I'm okay. My body and my mind, the mind, I guess, present a lot of challenge this morning. But I was thinking about, like, when I was coming into the meditation, all the things I had to do. And really the first thing was not do and offer that space for the body and the mind. And that's a little bit different way to think about things. So.
Yeah. You see that, whether I give same example, the moment you wake up in the morning, do I live into that state? Or the mind dictates me, it's a good morning, bad morning, certain thoughts of the past, they return and they cause the impurity in the mind. Then it becomes challenging to move into that state of meditation. I'll explain a little more after once we share all experiences. So, how are you, Sam?
I feel very energetic afterwards.
Yes. No fatigue at any point of time. The moment anyone has a fatigue and a conflict, just blame karma and enter into karma yoga. How are you, Ashok? Feeling sleepy? Namaste, sir.
Sir, very good, relaxed. Yes.
Very good, relaxed. You see, I told you that when the mind moves inside, it has three options. Moving inside, it goes down. That is your impulsive impurities of the mind. And it will cause lot of challenges. The mind moves horizontally deeper within. So it keeps itself engaged in the past thought. It may be yesterday, it may be a last year. And when this mind rises above, it leaves both the factors. So another factor is also when the mind falls down into the same stuff again and again. So there are two options. Your mind reacts, rejects, angers, feels frustrated that I am not succeeding. Another part that you fall into unconscious sleep. So unconscious sleep in meditation is much better than struggling. No, at least, So these are the four options. That is how we should be able to understand. So how are you, Samir?
Sir, in the beginning I was little bit lazy, but as I started doing breathing, and after that my mind became totally aware, alert, and now I'm totally in fatigue is gone, everything, and I'm totally fresh and relaxed. Means totally relaxed.
Very good. Totally relaxed. The fatigue has gone. How are you, Rakesh?
Thank you, sir. So it was very peaceful and very lonely. I didn't want to come out of it.
Beautiful. I don't want to come out of it. That's so beautiful. How are you, Terry?
I'm pretty good. I'm better now than I was at the start.
Beautiful.
I don't want to focus on the problem. I tried to just follow everything that you said. I did have some struggle, but I had my thoughts in the direction, like the fast breathing. It's not like mine was all that fast. It was a little bit faster than a minute ago. I was intending towards the direction of doing the thing to whatever degree was possible without what do you say, effort, torturing yourself kind of.
Yeah.
I found at times myself thinking about what I was going to say at the end, and I don't like to do that, but it happens,
What happens?
I'm thinking, okay, now I'm experiencing this, so I'm going to say it. This is how I'm going to say it at the end of the session. I don't like to do that, but it happens.
No. It's a wonderful to see you so calm and settled. You see that one point it flashed into my mind. You are in a traffic jam. So you look at the outer situation and the mind gives a different interpretation and you are fighting in the traffic jam. There is no need. But I feel the need of it. I will not talk about driving in India. So those who knows how to drive in India, they can drive anywhere in the world.
I never had problems with patience. I drive in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And it never bothered me. I had supreme patience. Yeah. But waiting within my own physical discomfort in my body, I find very difficult. That's a traffic jam that I flip out. So I'm trying to see it as, okay, body wants to do all these bad things. I'm going to go away and leave you alone. I'm going inside.
Yes.
You don't want your bad things. I'm not going to pay attention.
Terry, you remember it was almost 13 to 14 miles from your house to a Penn station one day. You drove the car.
I do it without even
Sam,
thinking.
could you imagine? She drove the car. And I was a little bit scared inside. Oh,
I'm glad you didn't tell me at the time.
No, why should I tell you? I want you to be safe.
You believed that I could do it, so
yes.
that made me think that I could do it.
Yeah. So you see that you separate yourself. So what point I'm making that you are able to separate yourself during that period. And once you are able to separate, your higher consciousness guides the body, whether the body is ready or not, whether the body has many problems. It doesn't make any difference.
When you talk about the three things like desire, action,
and
desire, thought, and action, I always associate that with the triangle.
Yeah, even that is good. Yeah, we did that. How are you, Anesthesia?
Thank you very much. I'm very calm and absorbed. At the beginning, I had some struggles with my joints, and surprisingly, I don't know why. And my mind also was like, why are we feeling this? We are supposed to be in meditation.
Yeah.
But then it was like the sleeping with and having a dream, and after just absorbed like sound sleep at the end of meditation.
That's beautiful. Yeah, the struggle I have already explained. Do you have any question? No question. That is all. Thank you. We will meet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, sir.
Thank you.